Hi everyone. As you might guess, we got to talk about Jussie Smollett. So, first off, I just want to mention in the corner I got some footage playing from someone I really like. His channel. I'm going to show it real quick. I'm just giving him credit where credit's due. I'm not using any of his audio though, so I advise you to look at the real video if you want to see it. But it's Derek Van Schenk, and this video is about proof that you need to see Jussie Smollett is basically lying through body language. There's a number of actual real awesome experts on YouTube that will randomly just like showcase their talents in one way or another, just showing you body language or how to improve your body language, etc. So he's one of them. Big fan. And let's get straight to the point, though. What we're here to talk about is Jussie Smollett. And from this picture that was shared on Twitter, we can see he never really had severe injuries. He had like a scratch on his cheek. And for those of you who don't know who Jussie Smollett is, he was the director of more than one episode. He was the showrunner for more than one episode of Empire, a successful TV show that showcases a predominantly African American cast. And the show's successful, which means he's basically a made man. And what I'm trying to understand here is why on earth would a made man try to forge evidence to instigate a race war? Because that's obviously what he was doing. Obviously and undeniably, that's what he was doing by forging racist, combative behavior against him, who is a very wealthy man now. Okay, so he made up that two white men attacked him at 2 a.m. outside of his apartment building near a little mart of some kind, grocery mart or something, and that they put a rope around his neck, yelled racist slurs, including the N-word, as well as "This is MAGA country," and additionally they had bleach, so they had a rope and bleach handy at 2 a.m. outside of his apartment building. It's pretty insane to think that this is even a possibility. But what I'm personally mostly upset about right now, which is why I'm making this video, is actually after having seen the reaction from African Americans, the black community, what I see is a lot of them calling him stupid, but that they still love him. This is upsetting to me. What I see from the African American community is basically, by and large, almost always pro-criminal behavior. They have never basically separated themselves or distanced themselves or even kind of chastised one of their own. And when I say that, I mean literally, if someone has the same skin color, they're unwilling to chastise them or criticize them. They're just saying, "Oh, we still love you. Oh, I know you're an idiot. You're stupid. I don't like that, but we still love you." And I've seen that in literally dozens of videos. And I'm not playing them in this video because those people, I'm sure, would be the type that would want to probably, copyright strike me or something. So I'm not sharing those, but you can find them really easily. Just watch reaction videos to Jussie Smollett. And it's just infuriating that these people, do you realize by not criticizing this man, you're supporting someone who is pro-race war? That's what he's doing. Now, again, going back to what I don't understand about Jussie Smollett is, who on earth put this idea in his head? Does he really have these racist ideas? Does he really want a race war? Is he that stupid? Because I thought he was a smart made man. I thought he was a director of a TV show. Like, why on earth would he forge this evidence? And by the way, that has categorically been proven. There's no chance that this was a real event. It is proven. Okay, so just to make sure that's not in your mind as though there's still a possibility he was telling the truth. No, he's going to serve time for this probably. That's something else I wanted to talk to all of you about, because the way I see it, this man is guilty of trying to instigate a race war. and trying to put fuel on the fire that's already burning in America due to the 2016 election and what will be the 2020 election, which is coming up so fast. But nonetheless, I mean, this country has a huge schism. After Obama, we had a bigger schism than we've had in a long time. And, the reasons why are too complicated to really speak on, in my opinion. And, what matters the most is that this country needs time to heal, basically. And the problem is the left's not going to allow that. The left is not going to allow this country to come back together because, as you've seen in other videos of mine, it is actually part of the communist agenda to divide America and to destroy it from within and make it so that there will be crises so bad that the people will simply say, oh, forget my civil liberties, forget the Bill of Rights, forget it. Just take all the power of government. Please save us, save us, save us. You're the savior. You're our God now. So that's going to happen in regards to gun laws. More shootings are going to happen, and more of them will be faked, I believe. Not saying that any of the past shootings, to my knowledge, have been faked, but there's been many that look like they were faked. But nonetheless, there's serious problems in our country, and for someone to manufacture fake evidence to put fuel on that fire is reprehensible. It's unforgivable, and for the black community to not. This little video you're seeing here, by the way, is showing you how close it was to his home outside of a Walgreens. He said it happened at 2 a.m. Anyway, this story itself is completely laughable. It's hilarious. And the fact that he went to two Nigerian immigrants that didn't even speak very proper English. I mean, obviously they're going to rat him out to the cops unless he paid them like exorbitant amounts, in my opinion. Or maybe they're just low IQ. I don't know. But, I'm sure he thought he had his bases covered to try to manufacture a story like this, because this is punishable by years in prison. Now let's get to punishment. Now, we don't know the verdict yet. We don't know what the judgment is as of today, in March 18th. Yeah. March 18th, we don't know what the verdict is, but in my opinion, you need to make an example out of this fucking asshole, this scum of the fucking earth. You need to make a big example out of him. I think you should give him 30 years to life with possibility of parole, having served no less than 12 years. So that means I'm fine with his sentence being reduced by more than half if he's good in prison. But 12 years, I think, is a minimum, because what you're trying to instigate is something that could take the lives of thousands of people. So you yourself would be guilty of possibly creating a race war that could get out of hand and create a civil war. You understand that? Are you intelligent enough to understand that what you're instigating is civil war, Jussie? I mean, the idiocracy here is so profound. I don't know how on earth it got to this point. I really, really don't. And it's kind of disgusting to think that someone with the kind of money that he has took the effort to try to manufacture this. And honestly, it's so startling and disgusting to me that I think he might have some actual mental illness. That's what I think. That's what I honestly think. So I think he's got some serious problems, and he should, work that out maybe in prison. I don't know. But what I can say is that this man needs severe punishment. You cannot let something like this go. And keep in mind, the left propagated his story for weeks before there was enough reasonable doubt that they stopped talking about it a little bit. And they still have not criticized him. I have not heard the left criticize him. I've seen the right criticize him, but I have not seen the left criticize this man at all. So that's really startling. It's scary even, because it's like, hey, by any means necessary. We already know from, Saul Alinsky's 10 Rules for Radicals, the ends justify the means. So lying is totally okay. It's totally allowed. That's just scary. And if the left will talk about his story, and then when they find out it was fake, they just keep their mouths shut, because they know they have a louder platform than the right does, basically, that's just downright dishonest. And yeah, I'm not okay with it. So anyways, guys, what do you think? How long would you put him in prison for? And like, why? You know? And why is the left not chastising, criticizing, and hating on this man that is totally... he deserves some hate. I mean, he deserves to be judged, because what he's instigating is not some cute little prank. He's trying to instigate fucking war that can result in the deaths of thousands. And in closing, I just want to remind you, if I have any African American followers out there, I don't hate you. And I know that most Trump supporters do not hate you. But if you allow asshole morons like this Jussie Smollett to instigate a race war, and there actually is one, it will not go well for anyone. But white people in this country outnumber you, and more of them have more guns than you. Do not support this man. Fuck that guy. That's all I got to say. Please like and subscribe if you like this kind of commentary. Take care, guys.